Hello. This, I hope, will be the completion of the backspace key, the poor little neglected backspace key that somehow or another became a running joke through most of the semester. Um, Ironically, I don't think it's difficult to do. It's just a matter of getting all the stars to align. Let's remember where we ended up with this in class, though. This time I'm armed with a cup of coffee, a fresh cup of coffee, and the picture I drew on the board, the whiteboard, so maybe this will go a little better. We can put letters in our gifts. Look at us. And there is a backspace key already. Backspace, backspace, doesn't do anything. Even if the row is full, no backspace. So you can't change your mind. You can go to the next row and it starts filling in, but you can't change your mind per letter. And we need to fix that. Now, now I've jinxed myself. I said this should be fairly straightforward and easy. Here's where we make the backspace key itself. That's not where we need to do any work right now. I think in the keyboard. That's the part of the view that shows up the backspace key that makes it, here it is, the backspace key. All it does is show up, it doesn't do anything, and we know how to fix that. Dot, on tap gesture. There. On tap gesture, I'm not even going to bother to print to the console. I'm just going to alert the media. And the media here is local VM. Local VM choose letter. Local VM enter key was tapped. Following in the same pattern, local VM, which is our local copy of the one and only one view model, dot, well, we call it non-existent function, top down again. User, what, did I spell it correctly? No. Did tap backspace. I'm going to regret such a long function name, but this is moving forward only, backspace. So no second thoughts. So there, now we do something when the user taps the backspace key, and probably is complaining because it doesn't exist. Well, I don't know. User. Let me just double check this. I don't trust myself at all anymore. The backspace key, if somebody touches it, we want to alert the model. And the way we do that, playing by the rules, we got to go through the view model. So we'll tell the view model the user did tap the backspace. User, you know what? I'll copy that so I don't have to remember what it is. Right click, copy, and we go to the view model. And the view model needs to do something about that. Here's enter key was tapped. So moving right along, backspace was tapped. And make that a func so it's callable from the view. Look at that, backspace was tapped. Is that what I command V? Yeah, no, user did tap backspace. Well, it was going off my comment, I guess. That was weird. And what does this one do? Well, if I stuck to my convention that I've been using most of the semester, I would print. Now we're in the view model and somebody tapped the backspace. Again, I'm just going to say alert the model. And I'll use a different function name. I could use the same one, but a new convention is trying to use different function names to make it less confusing. Instead of user did tap backspace, I'll just say backspace was tapped. There would be actually no ambiguity. If I did use the same function name, it would just be ambiguous for people that are trying to follow along. So now the model, the ball's in your court. Backspace was tapped. And I know the model does not have a function named that, but I'm going to copy that so I don't have to remember it. What does it mean when not even your coffee helps you? So now let's go back to the model. And the model has gotten egregiously huge. Yes, that needs to be split up into separate files with different structures and different functions. Look at this. I am so ashamed. And I should be. Where should it? Oh, here's user tapped enter. So hot on its heels, I'll do my mutating function. And it will be mutating because things are going to change down here. Mutating func. Is that Command V. Backspace was tapped. See, it's a good thing I didn't accept their suggestion because it would have even been the wrong function name, and I would have gotten confused all over again, and nobody wants that. Now, at this point, I need to refer to the picture I drew on the board, and I do have the copy on paper of the picture I drew at the whiteboard, and it looks like this function itself is, I will document it a little bit because this is algorithmic rather than just syntax. We've got to have a plan, man. And what is it? If position is greater than 0, then what are we going to do about it? That's supposed to be if, not is. If position is greater than 0, and remember position is my internal cursor variable that keeps up with the next nil spot in the guess that needs to be filled in by a user tapping a key. So if they tap the backspace, they want to undo it. So we will back up position by 1. Well, what else are we going to do about it? We are going to set letter position to nil. And what? If it's not greater than 0, it means the position is already at the very beginning of the guess and there's no way to back up. So we'll just say otherwise, the else part. Do nothing. Now, if I can't implement that algorithm, you need to go ahead and send me away to some assisted living place for old computer science professors that don't know what they're doing anymore. Look at this. If position greater than 0, I'll take it. If position greater than 0, it's reading my comments. What are you going to do? Hey, AI, are you going to help me with this? Position minus equals, well, it tried to help me, didn't it? Minus equals 1. Yes, that will back it up. And after we back it up, and here's where, oh, here it is. It did look ahead. Let me read this and see if that's actually what I want. User guesses, yes, that's a collection of all the words. If you can envision this, all the words at the top of the screen where it's got guess after guess after guess after guess. The current row is the only one that is being edited right now. And guess letters, this is like a two-dimensional array. Guess letters is where we are going across that line. And the current position, we just now changed the position back one. We set that to nil. So, is that it? Is that all we got to do? I could put an else do nothing, but since I've sort of abandoned printing stuff to the console, I'll probably regret that. But I'm going to go ahead and see if I've broken it already yet. Well, build succeeded. I want my color guess to be white. No, I don't. Backspace. Look at that. Ta-da. I told you it was easy. Backspace. I don't even want it to be an H. Backspace. I don't even want it to start with W. Backspace. I meant black. B-L-A-C. Oh, no. I want it to be blah. B-L-A-H. Block. That's German for black. And here we are. And if I do enter, it should go to the next row. T-A-U. Oh, wait, I did mean U. T-A-U-P. No, T-A-U. No, that was right. T-A-U. Look at me using backspace. Just all of a sudden, T-A-U-P-E. No, that's a weird color. I don't want to use that. Backspace. Row. I had already filled in this row completely, and when I did backspace, it knocked out the wrong tooth. It went to the next to the last letter. But didn't we discuss that? I think we did. And the problem with that one is what? We need to allow it to actually run off the end of the row. That sounds risky and dangerous. but the next letter function needs to be adjusted. Not the next row, the next letter. The next letter, current row is full. I don't even think we're testing that way anymore. I've got, well, I don't know. I'm scared to break it. But we need an if. We're not necessarily going to the next letter. Is that true? Mutating function, next letter. I'm confusing myself again. This could be yet another video that goes in the trash heap of demos. But what should it be? If, I think we need an if position less than max letters per guess. Is that a thing? Or was it just letters per guess? I think it's just letters per guess, isn't it? Help me. It doesn't exist. Letters per guess. I overlooked it. Let me see if I can go back. It's not max letters per guess. And here it's helping me incorrectly. Here, I think this was the test that was embedded in current row is full or something like that. If position, it keeps it from going off the end. And if you recall from the picture we drew in class, we're going to violate that and allow it to go off the end. Why? So that we can always back up one and set the position to nil. So as long as it's less than letters per guess, the letters per guess is 5. So if it's less than 5, we let it go all the way up to 5. So position is actually hanging 1, refer to your picture if you need to, 1 off the end of the guess. Position plus equals 1. And we were able to move it. So return true. Look at this. Consistent with convention. And we promised to return a bool, so we'll need to return false otherwise. There, we fixed it. Thank you. Thank you for helping. Missing return an instance method expected to return bool. Really? It succeeded. Let's try this again. White. I'm going to run out of 5-letter color names. Now backspace. It worked. We're geniuses. W-H-I. No. W-H-O-L-E? No. Backspace. Yep, it works. Backspace again. It works. W-H-O-M-P. That's my favorite color. And go to the next line. And works like a charm. S-H-O-U-T. Let's shout it from the rooftops. Or shouts, maybe. Shouts. Rut-row. Nobody wants to see that. Look at this. All kinds of horrible, nasty errors. What did we do? Well, remember what led us to that. You can back up a little bit. I do think I remember what I did, how I broke it, and I don't think this was in the picture. Maybe that's why I confuse myself so easily. I need to grab it before it tries to put a letter there. That's what I need to do. And I believe, of course, this will still be in the model. So wherever it's setting what? User equals tapped letter index. It's right here. If there's a letter not already there, we can put one there, but there's an additional test we need to do. If position, not of, if position is less than the off the end, which was letters per guess. Okay, and it's given me way more curly brackets than I need. All this stuff needs to be indented now. Come on. How does that affect my... Well, the else still goes with the if that was already there. Here, we're refusing to let it set a new letter because there's already something set. It's not nil, but we need to do something. What? An else? I don't know that we have to have an else for this, but I'll put an else so that ideally, I hope, cross your fingers for me. Whoops. Why is that else going here? You know what? I might be pushing my luck beyond its limit. Here's an if, and that's completely sealed off. And there's an else. Else print from the model, not setting letter off the end. Now, why did it indent that else? That is disturbing me. If position is less, that's the only way we'll consider putting a letter there. That should keep it from crashing by running off the end. This stuff is in the way for the moment. Then we just set a letter there. Not setting a letter here, it's already set. That's if it's not nil. I'm mystified. Are you enlightened? Because I'm not. I'm mystified. Letter already here. It's already set. Expect set expression. If position less than letters per guess, then another if, and then an else. And I closed it off. I don't think the indentation alone is going to fix it. Why is it doing that? Let me see what it does. See, I did it again. I got myself all confused. You know what? Maybe there's an extra else or something down here. No. If it doesn't like the else, I'll just get rid of the else. It's optional anyway. Let me see if it'll run now. Build failed. Well, well, well. This code got too bulky and complicated. I thought I could zero in on just part right here. If position is less than letters per guess, that seems to be okay, doesn't it? If user guesses equals nil, then keep going. Equals tap letter index, model, otherwise. Why aren't you running? That's a greater error, isn't it? Holy moly, that's a long function. Select letter. It looks like I accidentally shut off the structure too soon somehow, doesn't it? Agree with me. Set a new selected letter. This part was working. This got commented out, but that's basically what was right here. That comment is just in the way and confusing me. Sorry to drag you through this. That's what I was trying to avoid, but I really want to get this video done with. Oh dear. Okay, we've got the current letter. Take the selected letter, only if there's not already a letter there. If it's not nil, you're in the way again. If it's not nil, then do that stuff. Else do other stuff. Do I not have a closing curly bracket for that? Now this is a more self-contained package. I've got an if with an if else inside it. Holy cow. Holy calf. Missing curly bracket. Yes. Look, here's our lesson for the day. Do not let your code get this big and complicated. Keep the structure smaller, and when this file grows beyond reasonable limits, then make another file out of it. Listen to me preaching when I don't even have my code working yet. This is a color from outer space. Ooh, did I break the backspace key? No. What about Tifo? Is that a color I like? No. Tifi, that's a color I like. What if I try to put a P here now? P. Did not go to next letter. Okay, I bet I could slip that else in there now, but I am really not going to push my luck. Maybe I'll do that in my own time when I'm not dragging you through a recorded demo. But it looks like after much pain and suffering and trial and error, the backspace key might have it finally yielded to our wishes. And there's my second color guess. Is that you? No. Fruit. Is that my color? No. Fruit. That's my color. And will it let me put S? Nope. Or Q? Nope. But it is registering the click because I can see this changing down here. And then enter. So yeah, I think this is it. I'm going to declare victory and retreat and close off the infamous and persistent backspace key and close the video while I'm somewhat ahead. I'll see you in class.